Good evening and welcome to the May 18th, 2020 City Council meeting. John, if you can get the flag up, Dave Nutty's going to lead us with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Dave. Roll call. Rosemary? Uh-oh, she's...
Councilwoman Phillips?
Present.
Councilman Robb?
Present.
Councilman Gray?
Present.
We might be having some technical difficulties again.
It's like she's frozen.
Yeah. Hey, John, you might have to call her like you did this afternoon. John will make a phone call to Rosemary.
Okay.
We've been having internet issues over there. Oh. There we go. Sorry, Rosemary.
All right. Councilman Nutty?
Present.
Councilman Warner?
Here.
Councilwoman Barrett?
Present.
Councilman Bishop?
Present.
Okay, thank you. A couple things. We have been having some technical difficulties. We don't really know why. Internet streaming's been down. Google is, they must have updated something on the weekend, so we are not live on Google. We are not, but we are live on Facebook. So we are still able to go live on Facebook. It will be on the TV3 website whenever John gets put on the website and our Facebook page, but for now we are only on Facebook Live. We don't really know what's going on with Google. So Bob Hanson, you can see, is with us. Part of the reason is because we were having technical difficulties. I know we were keeping people up for security reasons, but the newspaper is joining in, listening to everything we're saying here. So we're still able to do that securely. So everyone has their minutes from the May 4th, 2020 regular meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to those? If not, I'll entertain a motion. Clarence and Mr. Bishop. And roll call.
Councilman Robb?
Yes.
Councilman Gray?
Yeah.
Councilman Nutty?
Yes.
Councilman Warner?
Yes.
Councilwoman Barrett? Councilman Bishop?
Yes.
Councilwoman Phillips?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. New business, we have approval of resolution 2020-35 transfer to perf. We have approval of resolution 2020-36 reimbursement police telephone. And we have approval of resolution 2020-37 reimbursement fire. If you want to take them together or you can do them separate, that's up to you.
Together, please.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, we have a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Gray and Mrs. Phillips. Roll call, please.
Councilman Gray?
Yes.
Councilman Nutty?
Yes.
Councilwoman Warner?
Yes.
Councilwoman Barrett?
Yes.
Councilman Bishop?
Yes.
Councilwoman Phillips?
Yes.
Councilman Robb?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to do D and E a little bit differently. Of the public hearing, I'm going to turn this over to Rosemary. She is at City Hall. Is anyone there, Rosemary, in the
Yeah,
chambers?
there's nobody here.
Okay. So it's going to be, the public hearing we knew was going to be difficult, but we did open up City Hall for that. It was advertised for that. So we have the public hearing approval pending ordinance 3574 for the additional appropriation for riverboat out of, you want to just explain both of those, Rosemary, or I can, whichever.
Pending ordinance 3574 is an additional appropriation from Riverboat in the amount of $40,000 for other contractual services This will cover our contract with Butler Fairman and Safer for their work on the PACER program, the inspection with the community crossing grant, and they'll also help do the advertisements. The pending ordinance 3575 is the additional appropriation, $50,000 for general fund, other contractual. This is the $50,000 that we had agreed that we would use for the COVID-19 if needed.
Any questions on those?
No, sir.
Is this for second and third reading?
Yes, we'll have first reading. Well, we had the public hearing. Nobody was here, so we can go on for first reading.
Yes.
So
I move
moved.
that we accept the pending ordinance 3574 and 3575.
I'll second.
And
Okay, we
Diane,
have a motion by Mr. Nutty and a second by Mrs. Phillips. Roll call, please.
Councilman Nutty,
Yes.
Councilman Warner,
Yes.
Councilwoman Barrett,
Yes.
Councilman Bishop,
Yes, please.
Councilwoman Phillips,
Yes.
Councilman Robb,
Yes.
Councilman Gray,
Yes.
Okay, we have a motion to suspend the rules.
No motion.
Mr.
Clarence and
Warner
Mike.
and Mrs. Barrett.
Okay.
Roll
Councilman
call.
Warner,
Yes.
Councilwoman Barrett,
Yes.
Councilman Bishop,
Yes.
Councilwoman Phillips,
Yes.
Councilman Robb,
Yes.
Councilman Gray,
Yes.
Councilman Nutty.
Yes.
Okay, we have a motion for a third and final.
Motion.
Second.
Me and Warner.
Roll
Councilwoman
call.
Barrett,
Yes.
Councilman Bishop,
Yes.
Councilwoman Phillips,
Yes.
Councilman Robb,
Yes.
Councilman Gray,
Yes.
Councilman Nutty,
Yes.
Councilman Warner.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Item F. Permission to apply for additional appropriation from Riverboat for $7,500 for the RQAW contract. You all have that in your packets. Explain a little bit about this. This has to do with our trash and our recycling. We've been getting a lot of questions and comments on our recycling program in particular, just because we've had to change how we do it. We know it's not the most feasible way for people to do it. It's kind of a pain. They have to take it there. This goes back to when Brad and Brian and I went down to visit the composting facility in Pigeon Forge, along with other research that we've been doing on recycling and how to better manage what we have. There are several thoughts behind this on how we want to do it. We know that it's doable. We want to make sure it's feasible and make sure we're doing the best thing for our dollars for our citizens. So this feasibility study is going to pay you to see exactly just that, to see how we can do this feasibly. We're asking for $7,500 from the riverboat. It's $15,000 if you read the contract. The other $7,500 is coming out of utilities because it will help them deal with their sludge. And if I'm sure most of you are familiar with it, but they have sludge they get rid of every year, and it gets expensive to get rid of. So this could be a viable solution for them as well. And so that's why they're chipping in to help start the feasibility study, because it will benefit both the utilities and the city. With that being said, are there any questions on this? I know there's a lot of unanswered questions. Some of them we can't answer. That's what this study's for. But if you have any questions, we can give you a shot.
Your Honor, I think it's money well spent.
I do too.
Are you guys making a motion to approve?
I'll
Not
make
yet.
that
I'll ask some questions, but they can. Mike makes a motion.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Diane,
Okay.
so roll call.
Councilman Bishop,
Yes.
Councilwoman Phillips,
Yes.
Councilman Rob,
Yes.
Councilman Gray,
Yes.
Councilman Nettie,
Yes.
Councilman Warner,
Yes.
Councilwoman Barrett.
Yes.
Okay, Brad, we're gonna go into old business. I'm gonna bring you in on the old business so you can explain a couple of things for everyone.
First thing I wanted to tell you, we are in the income study portion of applying for a water Okra grant to do a few water main replacement projects around town. We've been having a little bit of trouble getting the income studies returned. So I wanted to ask anybody out there that's in the EB Drive area or in the Indiana Avenue area north of 30th Street in particular, if you get a income study from Mike Kleinpeter, please fill those out and turn those back in. We have to have so many of those turned in to prove that we are in the lower income area to be eligible for that grant. So anybody out there in those areas in particular, if you get an income study, it's just a few questions. If you just send it back, it could help us get a $600,000 grant locally. We've got two of those. We've got one of those each year for the last 2 years. This would be the third if we can get it again. So help us out and send those back in. And I also wanted to tell you about the 30th Street water main replacement project is rapidly coming about. The bid letting for that will be in about the next week or so. That's a $400,000 project that we're paying for out of our water funds. And that will be from Ohio Avenue to Grand Avenue on 30th Street. You'll see that thing start building here probably about 6 weeks. The last thing I wanted to remind everybody that our compost site is open on Wednesday all day from, let's say, 8 to 3, and on Saturday mornings from 8 till 11:30. You can take your yard waste and you can pick up compost. They've got some pretty good compost made this year, and you can go down there and pick some of that up free. Our recycling, it can be dropped off at the waste transfer station or at the street department any day during the week on regular hours, and also at the street department and transfer station on Saturday mornings. So hasn't been a lot of people going to the street department on Saturday mornings. We'll keep doing that for a while and see if that picks up, but just trying to provide better options for everybody.
Thank you.
As soon as any day now, our phone system at the street department will be online, maybe even tomorrow. When that does, we'll come out with the announcement about picking up one heavy trash item for people. We'll be doing those on Thursdays. And when the new phone system's set up, you'll be able to call and push a button and leave a message and give your address, and somebody will call you back and tell you what day we're going to pick it up. Also, we're going to start picking up yard waste by appointment. People will call and leave a message. The phone will tell you which button to push. You'll leave your address, and on Wednesdays, we'll come around and pick that up for you. So we'll be announcing that here any day, just to have a little more work to do to get the phone option set up. And that's it.
Thank you, Brad. Appreciate that. I have a couple things under miscellaneous business that I'll go over, then I'll open up to the council. First thing is on June 6th, we're doing a parade for the high school seniors. I'm super excited about this. We've been asking the high school. We told them we'd be willing to do whatever we could to help them out. And they called, and they were super excited about doing a parade. They're going to start at the high school, go down 3rd Street, turn on Central Avenue, go right downtown all the way up Park Road, turn on 30th, and then back down Grand. We've talked with the state where they're fine with it. We don't have to do anything special. We're not really shutting down traffic as long as we keep it moving. So they're fine with that. They're excited too. So I think it's a great opportunity to show our pride for our high school seniors, to support them. We're also going to paint the middle line red. We used to do that when I was in high school. I think it's been a long time since I've seen that, and so we got a new paint sprayer. Ours was shot, literally. And so we got a new paint sprayer this morning at the Board of Works. And so we got the red paint ready to go, get the new sprayer, and we're going to get that center line red. I'm excited. I've asked all departments to come in if they want to come in and help out, get as many lights and sirens we can in there, utility trucks, streets, everything. Just make it big and loud and just create a noise so everyone comes out and supports our seniors. So that's really our goal behind that. So I'm super excited that we're able to help out with that. Second thing I wanted everyone to do, was get a hold of Diana, and she can get you some the copies of all the union contracts. Make sure you're all reading those and you're able to understand them, because we're going to start negotiating a couple of them. And I want to meet with City Council and get input before we do that. So make sure you get contracts. She'll make copies of them for you. And make sure you read and understand the contract so we can start on those. Other than that, does anyone have any other miscellaneous business?
I have something I'd like to mention, Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, sir, Mike. Mr. Bishop, sorry.
This afternoon at the Board of Works meeting, I commended how well the compost area looked down south of town. And I fail to remember that that area belongs to the street department, and which Bonnie is the superintendent. And the two employees that's done most of the work down there and gotten it in the shape that it's in is Tony and Mel. And I would just like to extend my thanks to those two people, because that area looks so much better and so much more appealing when you come in from the south end of town. And I thank them for that. Thank you.
They have been working hard on it. Any other miscellaneous business? Diana, Ms.
Can you tell me again what time that parade is on June 6th?
I believe it's noon off the top of my head. I have to confirm that, but I think it's noon.
And is it limited to city vehicles? Can anyone participate in that parade, or is it just limited to the city vehicles, or?
I didn't.
For what we've been told, what they discussed at the board meeting last week, and kind of what has come out with Mr. Judd's email, was that the seniors will decorate their own cars. So the seniors will actually be going. So we'll have our, I assume the emergency vehicles will be ahead and behind us. And
Yes.
then, so then each of the seniors will be in their own vehicles going down through.
Gotcha.
That's all we discussed was emergency vehicles and city vehicles.
Okay.
And permission to use the state highway, right?
Yeah.
And the other thing that I was going to say too is that as of right now, the graduation ceremony has been scheduled for July 11th at 11 a.m. at the Spartan Bowl, but each senior will get 4 tickets for their family members to attend. So that will limit the people attending. The seniors will be spaced out across the floor. And so then everybody that's attending will also be spaced out throughout the bowl, but at least they still get to wear their casting gowns and walk. And that's the details that we have as of right now.
Yep. I would encourage the council members and Board of Works members, everybody, just come down to City Hall and just wave, because we'll be going right by City Hall. So
Okay.
show them how we support them.
Right.
Well, I'll be riding in it because I'll be driving the car.
Yes, you
Parade
will.
will be sticking out of her sunroof.
Cool.
That's
Great.
great. Any other miscellaneous business?
Will you keep us updated on that, Mr. Mayor, in case anything changes on the parade, please?
Yes, I will. And Jenny will get information as quick too, since she has a senior. So
Yeah.
Oh,
you.
and on the contracts, I'm sure that this is not going to be a problem, but when he said to get with Diana, he meant Diana in the mayor's office.
Diana, right? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I just assumed. Yeah, my bad. Diana, right? Yeah, she'll get you all the copies. Not Diana Phillips. Yeah, she'll get all the copies for you.
And
Dave,
I think
you
it'd
have
be
something?
appropriate to thank Cross Point Church for all the work they've been doing on behalf of them and the city of Connersville.
Yes, Chris and I are going to meet next week and to come up with a strategy, because that it just keeps growing, and we're going to develop a good strategy moving forward continue. So I'm actually super excited about what we've discussed already and where we want to go. So be paying attention for that, because that's still a growing venture, and they've been going at it a long time. So it is going to change. It's going to change for the better. So it's going to continue to help our community for a long time, but we're going to build it right. So
They're probably nearing 50,000 meals.
yes, and the money just keeps coming in. So
Mhm.
we have a few problems now that we're facing because of the type of food we're getting. So once Chris and I sit down and have a meeting and we figure out where exactly the direction we're going to go, we know where we want to go, but until we get it laid out, I'll let everyone know. But I'm excited about where it's going to go. So yes, Mike.
I believe we all have learned something from this, of how well people have come together and donated and donated their time, not only money, but just donated their time to help make this event happen. And I just feel really comfortable about the way it's going, and will do anything I can do to help out with it. But it's just been a real blessing to the people that needs it.
I tell you what, I'm proud of our entire city.
Yes, I am too.
Me too. Yes.
It's amazing. Even I should say just city, 'cause it's our whole county. It's everyone in Fayette County. But it's amazing when that many people are hurting and people still step up.
That's right.
And the amount of money given, the amount of food given, the amount of donations given, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. We have a great city, we have a great county, and we always knew that, but it is clearly evident because everyone came together, and it's just absolutely amazing.
I'm proud of them, and I'm amazed, but I'm not surprised, because that's the way Connersville people are, Connersville residents, and that's the way they are.
And that just shows me we do have a bright future ahead of us, and we are going to continue to grow. We are going to continue to make changes, and we're going to continue to lead the way. And I think that our city and our county led the way through this, as far as how we took care of one another. So that's just a start.
I
So,
agree.
with that, is there any other business? If not, I'll take a motion for adjournment.
So
So
moved.
moved.
Mrs.
Nutty,
Phillips, Mr. Nutty, roll call.
Councilman Phillips,
Yes.
Councilwoman Robb,
Yes.
Councilman Gray,
Yes.
Councilman Nutty,
Yes.
Councilman Warner,
Yes.
Councilwoman Barrett,
Yes.
Councilman Bishop.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful evening.
Be safe, everyone.
Yep.